and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 8 questions that you should be asking yourself if you're about to start a new business, or if you're about to make a pivot, or if your business is not going in the right direction. These are 8 consequential questions that you need to be asking yourself. And by the way, I learned this from HORMOZI reading his book $100 Million Offers, and he was really able to expand on this question. So let's dive in. So when we think about these 8 questions, we're actually going to divide them into 2 areas. We're going to divide them into niching down, and we're going to divide them into building your offer. So niching down is basically finding an ideal target audience, an ideal market that you're going to focus and build your offers around. So niching down and build and focusing on a specific type of market is crucial, because that gives you all of the focus you need to then build a compelling offer that can apply to that specific niche that you're focusing. So let's focus on that first one. So when it comes to niching down and finding your ideal client or ideal target audience, there are 4 questions or 4 things you need to be considering. The first one is you need to be considering the massive pain they have. If you're serving an audience that do not have a massive pain, then you're gonna be, it's gonna be difficult to grow your business. You need to be very, very clear and understand what pain does that ideal audience have. So, for example, let's think about the world of fitness. If you're in the world of fitness, then a massive pain is I want to lose weight. So that's very, very clear. The second thing is you need to be very cognizant of purchasing power. You need to be sure and confident that this ideal audience have the purchasing power to afford your services. No matter how great your offer is, if your ideal audience, or if the audience you're trying to go after, if you don't have the ability to afford your services, you're not going to get anywhere. So purchasing power is very key. Third thing is easy to target. The niche you're going after needs to be a niche that you can easily target. If you can't find them, no matter how much you can help them, if you can't talk to them and get their attention, then they're not going to, your business is not going to go anywhere. So, for example, if you're targeting neurosurgeons, well, maybe they might need your help, but if you can't reach them because they're very, very busy, then your business is not going to go anywhere. And then the fourth and the last option things to think about is it has to be a growing market. So if you're targeting an industry that is shrinking and everyone is kind of trying to leave that industry because there's no business there, for example, the newspaper business is a shrinking market because everybody is consuming their news online these days. Not a lot of people are buying physical newspapers anymore. So if you're targeting an audience that is in the shrinking market, then it's always going to be a struggle. So those are the 4 things you need to consider when you're trying to niche down. Number 1, make sure there's a massive pain in that niche, making sure that they have the purchasing power to afford you your services, make sure that you can easily target and find them, and making sure that they are a growing market. So once you tick all those boxes, now you know you have a solid niche, and you know that there is something there. The next thing then is then create a compelling offer that this niche will really buy and pay for and be willing to give you money for. Let's talk about the 4 frameworks of what makes an offer compelling. Think of this as there's sort of like two out of these 4 frameworks. There's like 2 divisions: the things you want to increase and the things you want to decrease. So let's talk about the things you want to increase in this framework. The first thing is the dream outcome. The bigger and better the dream outcome you can promise your ideal clients, the better and more likely your offer will be to them, the more compelling it will be to them. So big dream is always good. So for example, you say, I'm going to help you lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds, and that's kind of relative, but you get a point. The bigger you're able to help them, the bigger results you're able to get them, the more compelling your offer is. And then the second thing is the perceived likelihood of achieving that result. So if you make this big claim, there's still the element of people having to believe that you can actually pull off that result for them, or at least believing that they can get that result for themselves. So the more you can show confidence that you can actually get them that result, and they can get the likelihood of them getting that result, the higher that likelihood is, the more compelling your offer is. So and you can do this through a number of ways, but those are the 2 things you want to increase as much as possible: the dream outcome, making sure it's as big as possible, and the likelihood of them, or at least the perceived likelihood of them getting that dream outcome. The higher that is, the better. And how can you increase the likelihood? Well, by showing them, hey, we've done this already for 100 people, we've done this already for 50 people, 2,000 people. That will help them get that confidence. Or you can say, I have this experience, I've been doing this for 50 years already. 10 years, you get a point. So that's another way to make your offer compelling. Now, there's some things you want to reduce to make your offer compelling. So there are two things you want to reduce. The first one is time delay. The time between when they actually pay you and when they start to see the result of what they paid for, the shorter that time is, the more compelling your offer is. So that's the number one. Number two is the effort and the sacrifice needed for the client to put in to get the dream outcome you've promised them. The shorter or smaller that effort and sacrifices, the more compelling your offer is. That's why plastic surgeons get paid more than a trainer. So the outcome of both are the same. They want you to help you lose weight, but you're gonna pay a plastic surgeon way more money because you know that the dream outcome, you're gonna get it. The likelihood of you getting that outcome is absolutely high. You know that the time delay between when you pay them and when you get the result, which is losing that weight, is extremely short. It's like a day of surgery and that's it. And you know that the effort and sacrifice needed for you to get that result is also extremely short compared to, say, a trainer where you know that it can give you the dream outcome, but you're not quite sure if you can actually commit to waking up every morning and going to do that work for you to get that perfect weight. And for someone who is also a trainer, you know that the time delay between when you pay them and when you get the outcome you want, which is a slimmer body, is extremely long. It could be like a year, 2 years, 3 years. That's a lot of time to commit to get a result, and a lot of people can't commit to that, which makes the offer less compelling. And you also know that you need to put in maximum effort and sacrifice to get the results, which a lot of people are not willing to put in, which is why trainers are not the richest people. They don't make a lot of money. Those are the 8 things you need to think about before you launch your next business or before you launch your next offer. Make sure you have the proper niche and make sure that your offer is compelling. And if you like this video, subscribe and like for more. I've created a lot of videos around helping you grow your business online. So let me know if you have any questions or thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.